What's up guys, it's me, your boy SteveRandom here, and in today's video I am doing top 5 what I think you guys should wear on Valentine's Day. These are, not the absolute best for Valentine's Day, but from my personal opinion and from my collection, I think these are probably your best options for Valentine's Day, and they're all pretty cheap. There's only there's 2 on here that are pretty expensive, so not gonna lie, but they're half and half. Some are expensive, some are cheap. We have a top 5. I usually do these if I'm comparing them to each other as a kind of okay, number 1 is the best, but right now I'm kind of doing a top 5, but I think they're all really equivalent to each other and they're all really good. The reason why it is the top 5 is because I think number 1 would work the best, but at the same time, I think if you get number 5, you won't go wrong. So let's start off with number 5. And number 5 is a pretty heavy one right here. This is Prada L'Homme. I have a sample of Prada L'Homme. It's a pretty, it's a pretty good fragrance, and it doesn't deserve to have a number 5 spot in any list. But for this list, I think the reason why I put it number 5, I feel, is because it definitely does have a very nice iris note, and I do really like the scent. For this particular list, I think that there's other more, developed scents and more, in-depth kind of scents that, if a girl is close by to you, she can really enjoy. Versus this one. This one's a very safe option and can create a very nice smelling atmosphere, with a close distance, or even sometimes this can have some good sillage, so it can perform and have a cloud. Prada L'Homme has iris, which I like. It has a lot of other stuff that I don't know about, but the main criteria is what you smell is the iris. And the iris, if you guys don't like iris, then you won't like this one. But I personally do like iris, and the only way kind of to test it out is you can try Dior Homme Intense, or you can try Valentino Uomo Intense to maybe see if you do like iris, if you have those. But this definitely doesn't smell similar to those. It just has the same kind of background, but obviously this one's more sort of powdery and sort of fresh, more on the powdery, safe side. But that's my number 5, Prada L'Homme. Easy, safe option that would smell good. Next up, for my number 4, we have Amouage Reflection Man. Amouage Reflection Man is one, it depends on who you are and how well you know your date. Because Amouage Reflection Man can make you either look like you're appealing for the person, for the woman you're with, or you're just trying to smell like nature or something, because this one really smells like flowery, florals. I don't know what else to say. It has a lot of flowery notes, and that's pretty much what's all in here. But I do not like flowery notes at all. But for some reason I do like this one, and I feel like it's because of that, that sudden kind of, it's like a sudden kind of tone in this fragrance, which I like. It's not like that strong, really strong flowery notes. It's a subtle kind of flowery atmosphere, and kind of reminds me of kind of a garden with flowers and stuff, and that's what it reminds me of, and which I like. And I'm sure your date, if they do like flowers, not roses in particular, but flowers, and all that jazz, then they're gonna like this one. I mean, this one is pretty expensive, but if you get a sample, before Valentine's Day, spray some on, enjoy the night, and that's number 4, Amouage Reflection Man. Now, my number 3 is a little big hitter. This one you guys have not seen, I don't think, before at all on my channel. And this one, the reason why I haven't been, presenting it and showing you guys it is because I got this as a sample size, so I don't really like to present it as much. I just like to keep it aside. So this one is Kenneth Cole Black for men. I mean, Kenneth Cole Black, I'm sure some of you guys have heard of this one. It's a very, nice, cheap, easygoing fragrance. It has like notes like orange, ginger, mint, flowery notes, some musky notes. So it's kind of got everything, and it pretty much just smells like a regular kind of man cologne. Not really masculine, but just kind of like a regular man, not really masculine, not really feminine, or not really, that safe kind of option. It's just in the middle. It's a very nice option to have if you're looking for a cheap option. Kenneth Cole Black, I do recommend this. This is my number 3 because it smells kind of more in depth than the other ones, even though it's like very cheap. Not cheap quality, cheap price, but compared to the other ones, I think it smells a little bit more kind of suiting for a man, and I think it goes definitely well with a suit or some kind of nice shirt or something. I definitely think this does go well with that, and it also does have a pretty good performance for its price. I have tested this out, and I usually get about 6 hours, give or take, but Kenneth Cole Black is my number 3, and my number 2 is Versace Dylan Blue. This one seems always to be making my lists, because I feel the reason why this one makes every list is because I do like Dior Sauvage. This has some similarity to Dior Sauvage, but not exactly the same, not a copy, just a tad bit similar, like maybe like 10% similar. And it's very easygoing. It's not like, I would say, a very safe option, but it's definitely sweet. Not sweet, sorry, it's peppery, it's fresh, it's very antioxidant heavy, which makes it smell very fresh. And then it's got the pepper, it's got the little bit of bergamot, I think. And overall, I do like the smell of it. It kind of smells like very fresh, sort of like shaving cream, those very fresh ones, aftershave, I think it does smell like that, and it would make a very, good smell. And the one thing about this I do not like is that it does only last about 5 hours, so it's not that much as a very good scent to have. But the reason why I put it at number 2 is because obviously I feel like it would be more attractive, or more sort of like, you can tell somebody's wearing a fragrance if you have this on. For example, if you're wearing like Prada L'Homme, you could just assume like his clothes were in the washing machine, and that's how they smell. Or like, for example, if you're wearing Amouage Reflection Man, you could assume he was at the flower shop and he was buying flowers for you. That's why he smells like that. For Kenneth Cole Black, you can't really assume anything. You could just assume that he's put a fragrance on. And with this one, you can even assume more that he's put a fragrance on, because it does have more complexity and more freshness and just a better overall smell, more in depth. But the one thing, unfortunately, is it doesn't last as long. So that's Versace Dylan Blue. At my number 2, that rhymes, and so do you. I don't know what I'm saying, but my number 1, guys, my number 1 best one for the Valentine's Day for you. And why do I think this? This, I think, is my favorite go-to for this Valentine's Day, because it's very, rich in the smell. It's just very deep and rich and very like dense, and I do really like the smell. At first I usually didn't like it, and I found out a solution to it, and now I do really like it. And it's coming up there to maybe my next purchases. But this is a sample of Parfums de Marly Pegasus. Pegasus has this very nice creamy almond, which pretty much is the whole entire smell. It also has this little bit of sweetness and creaminess, and it just works so well to make you smell sort of like a dessert, but at the same time make you smell like unique and very special. If I had this on, or say if another person had this on and I walk by them, I would be like, wow, what is that? And I would like try to track it down, because it's like a smell that comes in the air that smells very creamy, and you're like, is that dessert or is that this guy? I don't know, like, you know what I mean? It's a very kind of complex fragrance, which I like, and it does have very good performance. So that's why anything with good performance that smells good is gonna be top for my list. As I said, guys, creamy, long lasting, definitely the best, I think, in my opinion, from what I have for the Valentine's Day. Just basically, guys, any of these options are gonna work for you, but Pegasus by Parfums de Marly is my #1 option, and that's it. That's been it. Yeah, guys, anything from this list would work. And enjoy your Valentine's Day. It's a week from now, I think, and pretty much just spray some fragrance on, look good, enjoy the dinner, enjoy the day, and yeah, I'm trying to keep posting every day. Hopefully this video is posted the next day, because right now I'm about to sleep and I don't know if I'll wake up tomorrow and try to edit it before I go to school. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, and comment below, and peace.